All right, guys, we're going to continue with the second video. This is going to create the junction table, and also we're going to specify the primary key for the junction table, also the foreign key that is going to link this table with the two tables that we created initially, table authors and table books. So we're going to start by saying create, okay, table junction, and I'm going to open parentheses. Okay, close parentheses, just not to forget, even with a semicolon. And I'm going to have a number as an integer, just as a counter here. Okay, integer not null, right? Then I'm going to go ahead and get the foreign key that is going to link this table to the author tables. And I'm going to call it the same thing that I called it, author ID. And I'm going to also have the same exact data type, integer, and not null. Okay. The same thing, I'm going to use ISBN number, and that's going to be varchar 5, also not null. All right. Now, we have those two. I want to make sure that we understand that both of them are, from a practical point of view, must be acting as the primary key. But each one of them is going to be acting as a foreign key to link to that table authors and the table book. For this specific database, both of them have to be a combined composite key because we cannot really enter the same value for the author and the book twice. That is going to create data redundancy. So the idea here to have both of them combined one more time as a primary key, but still they're going to function individually as a foreign key. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually write the statement that is going to treat them as a foreign key with the establishment of the constraints. And also we're going to go ahead and create the primary key that is going to treat them together as one unit, one primary key. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and say constraints. Okay, constraint. I'm going to create my primary, the constraints name. I'm going to call FK for foreign key. And that's going to remind you of the two table, a junction table, along with the author table. Okay, and that is going to be foreign key. Okay, I could make this capitals. The foreign key is going to be the author ID. Okay, and I'm going to reference that table references to the world. I'm going to reference the table table author, and I'm going to replace that primary key there is author ID. Okay, comma. I'm going to do the same thing, constraints. Okay, FK, and this I'm going to call it junction table, junction, again books as foreign key. Foreign key, I'm going to make here the foreign key, of course, ISBN number. Okay, and I'm going to references, okay, the table books. Okay, and we're going to reference that ISBN number in the table books because that is the primary key there. And now we're going to say here primary key, okay, both of them, the ISBN number and the author ID. Okay, no space, no comma, since this is actually the last statement in the table creation. Here we go. Hopefully I didn't have any misspelled word. Hopefully we'll see if that is the case. Oh, lucky for me, it worked from the very first time. And I have the junction table now. And now you notice this is a foreign key establishment with the author table. This is the foreign key establishment with the book table, and both of them are treated as the primary key. So let's go ahead and enter some data here in the table junction. Insert into junctions, and we're going to call it values. I'm going to say here, this is the first one. If I recall, I have for the author 111, okay, and books also we had 1111. If we don't have those already, it's going to actually create a problem. I remember that I treated this as a variable, and let's see what we're going to do here. It did add it, so we're going to go ahead and do another book, and that is going to be book 2. All right, and that's written by okay, let's go ahead and see here. We have first author ID, and then we're going to have the book number. And let's go ahead and see. This is we could make those 2 books written by 2 different authors, the same book. The first book, which is probably was C programming, and let's go ahead and do this one here 3, and this is going to be, let's say, 111 written book 222. Just to play with this, and as long as we're not duplicating the data, and we could go ahead and say here 333. Okay, and this is written by 333. 3. This is only 3's, 3 3's for that. And we're going to go ahead and do 5. And let's assume this is written also another book, which is the 111 book. Maybe multiple authors wrote that. And we'll do one more, 6. And this is going to be 444. And that is all the 3 4's. And we have 333. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, and now we could see that the junction table, if I say here select the junction table, everything from the junction table. Okay. And let's go ahead and run it. Here we go. We have the author ID and the ISBN number. So the first query I'm going to do is to list the name of the authors and the last name, first name, and the book they wrote. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say here list, select table author. It's going to be a table authors. Okay, last name, table author, first name. Then we're going to say here table books title. Okay, from table books. Okay, let's say here inner join table authors. Okay, got that here, and we're going to go ahead and we could say here, actually, because we have 3 tables, we could go ahead and say from junction. Okay. Here we go, from junction. Okay. Where inner join authors, from junction inner join table author. Okay, where. Okay. Table author on, sorry, on, that's going to be table author dot author ID equal to function author ID. Okay. Then we have also another inner join table books. Okay. On the table books, ISBN is equal to junction ISBN. Okay, and that's basically, we are actually getting an inner This is, yeah, that's it. I need to copy this because that will help me too. All right, here we go. We have James Robert Jones, James Jones. Okay, we have C programming here. So we were able to see that because this is a three table issues, the junction table is the one that is going to be in the middle between the two. Okay. Well, how about if I wanted to go ahead and count do the price? Actually, also I could go ahead and do the price here. I wanted to uh, uh, let's go ahead and do something. If I say here, table books price, okay, and that should actually also show the price. Of course, the price repeated for every book was written, but I wanted to go ahead and group this by the name of the book, or and group this by the authors. I could do that, or I could group by the books, because remember we have the option of doing it either way. We have the authors and we have the count the number of the books for each authors, and we could also count the number of the author that written certain books. Let's go ahead and do one of those. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and do that group. Let's go ahead and count the title of the book. All right, so number of books here as number of books. Okay, but we have to really now group it by table author's last name. That will do it. Here we go. Okay, I don't need this one here. The price. So this is going to be as book from. And here we go. Let's see. We have James Jones wrote 2 books. Jones Mary wrote 2 books, and Robert Sarah wrote 1 book. And if I want to see how many, all the one that has written more than 2 books, we'll say having num of books is greater than 1. Okay, greater than or equal to 2, or greater than 1, and you will see that I have these 2 here. Okay, we could create multiple query based on this. I would give you as a challenge to do the same query, but instead of grouping those by the book, group it by the authors, and then show how many books, we already showed how many books each authors, and show me which books, how many author wrote every book in the list. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sure you're going to enjoy playing with it, and thank you for watching, and that's it for us.